Hello there and welcome to today's little video. Down here at the old Jarrow bridge over the River Don here next to the St Bede's Monastery area, and things have changed slightly since I was here last time. Have you seen this? Look, there's these big bushes, if you can see them behind us here. They've grown in the middle of the bridge here. Nobody's trimmed them. Nobody's trimmed the bushes, so it's like a menagerie on the bridge here at Jarrow. The same bridge where Alan Robson did an investigation a few months back, looking for Mary, I think. Apparently Mary was murdered on this bridge, so he said. I never even knew about that story. Over the near the entrance of the bridge. That's funny because that's where I was standing when I heard a voice one night. But it sounded like a bloke's voice, I mean, not a woman. Yeah, that was last year, I think I heard the voice down here. So I'm just doing a little short video here. I'm not going to be, I don't think I'm going to be recording for long because I forgot to bring me little clamp for my selfie stick. So I'm having to hold my phone handheld, which is a bit difficult. Especially when you're pointing at yourself. Having to hold your arm up all the time and stuff. You have to watch you don't get your hand in front of all the cameras and that. It's a bit more difficult if you've got the selfie stick to put your hand in front of the camera, because you don't have to hold the phone. So sometimes you grab the other side of the phone, you put your hand straight over the cameras, which is not much bloody good. I've just been watching the ducks and the swans up there. There's loads of them, and I saw a rat running up the bank again and what have you. It's a bit windy here. I tried to use my the wireless microphone, but it wouldn't work, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it doesn't like this phone, or this phone doesn't like the mic. I'm not entirely sure, you know. And by the way, does anyone know how on earth blackberries or raspberries, or I think they're blackberries, some of them look red, how they grown at this time of year in September? It's bloody freezing right now. It's almost winter, you know. But yet there seems to be blackberries growing. I don't know what time of the year they're supposed to be out. I thought they were out in the summer, but the summer's pretty much over now. And I don't know what that is in the trees over there. There's like a silver thing with some round things on it. Oh, is it not vandalism? Maybe vandalism, I'm not sure. So I can zoom in a bit over there, show you what I'm talking about. Over there in the bushes, look, right there. I can just point, where is it? Right there, there's something there with black circles. I don't know where it is. Yeah, Alan Robson was over the start of the bridge there, just at the entrance to the bridge, on his little part one of his investigation, and he was shouting, "Mary, come on, Mary, give us a sign, Mary. Come on, Mary, you can do it." He's doing that, but he got nothing. And then he always does these videos in part one and part twos. I didn't see the second part because Alan Robson always charges to watch the second part of his investigation, which in my opinion is just like a money grabbing exercise. You should just let everyone watch for free. You've got to subscribe to him. He said it was it £2 something or £3 something a month or something, or a week? I forget what it was. I don't know. But I never saw the bit where he went up to St Bede's Monastery up on the bank there. He went to investigate up there apparently. And it was broadcasted live, but it wasn't really live, because it was just the video that he recorded. He was broadcasting the video live, because you can do that here on YouTube, if you know how to do it, that is. So I was boiling earlier, but now bloody freezing. Been sitting on that seat where the ducks and the swans are up there, just further up there next to the car park. Bloody freezing. And now my back's killing us as well. I'm in agony. And a few other things have been happening as well, but I won't tell you about those because, well, it's not a good idea to mention those on here because it's a bit adult rated. So we'll not go into that. But I would have liked to have mentioned it, but it sounds a bit, I don't know. I don't know how people would take it, you know. Someone's left a newspaper down here. I think it's the free newspaper, like the Metro or something, maybe, I'm not sure. But the sun's out at the minute. I haven't been getting much sun lately. Actually, is this wall bending inwards? From this angle, it looks like the wall's bending inwards. But I'm not 100% sure. I can hardly see my screen because the sun's on it. But like, as I was saying, I never knew there was supposedly a story where a woman was shot dead on this bridge from years ago. I was getting my finger in the shot there. That's very professional. Not used to using the phone handheld for these videos, you know. So, does anyone else know anything much about this Mary that was supposedly shot on the bridge here? Unfortunately, sadly shot dead on this bridge. The bridge that now has bushes on it. It's becoming like a forest here on the bridge. Here in Jarrow. Like I say, like a menagerie. Yeah. So, I've just been to an appointment today. Yep. It only lasted like 5 minutes. I thought the appointment was going to be 25 minutes, but it was only about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Or as some might say, 5 Winnie Mandelas, a couple of Secondas, and a Neil Sedaka. I'm sure you know who I'm referring to. Some of yous anyway. Now the tide's fully in at the minute by the looks of things, pretty much. Well, maybe it's not fully in, but it's fairly in. Almost fully in, if you know what I mean. Yep. By the way, while I'm here, I thought I'd better bring this to your attention. I don't know why. Some of yous may or may not have noticed that on this channel here, I've uploaded some of my AI videos that I made myself. One of them was paying homage to Franco TV, where I did an AI video of Franco with some girls in the mausoleum and in the cemetery and stuff. That one flopped like I don't know what. And there was another one I did, which was supposedly clips from upcoming horror films that don't actually exist. I just made all the titles up and made it look like it was clips from films that were coming out soon or in the future. And I made them all with AI, but nobody liked them. In fact, I didn't get a single comment. Not one comment! Unbelievable. You spend ages putting work into these things, nobody says anything. And nobody likes them. I'm not sure why. But anyway, I thought horror movies were supposed to be popular these days. And haven't they always been? Pretty much. Not the ones I make. Well, it's just clips, but you know what I mean. So why is that? Does anyone know? Were they that bad? Were the videos that bad? Let us know what you think. If you haven't seen them, check them out. My Franco TV one and my upcoming horror reel thing. Clips from upcoming horror films that don't actually exist. One of them, though, which features Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th films, of course. Yeah, so let us know what you think. Give us a comment or a like or something, because my channel's going to sink like a brick soon if somebody doesn't start putting some likes on some of these things I put on, because it helps the algorithms, you see. If nobody likes your videos, you're just going to go pfft. It doesn't help your confidence either, or your inspiration to make any more, you know what I'm saying? Nobody likes them, but if they don't like them, I guess that's it. They just don't like them. Simple as that. I'd like to know, though, if you could tell us, do you hate them? The AI videos, do you hate them? Let us know. Anyway. Well, oh, and by the way, when I say the AI videos that I made, I was mainly referring to the widescreen ones on my main channel, not the shorts. Because the short ones, some of them have done really well. But the widescreen ones, not so much. And I think that's because the shorts go into the shorts section, so more people see them. But when you shoot something in widescreen, it doesn't get put in the shorts section, because the shorts section gets plugged and promoted more than the widescreen videos, you see. So I think that's the reason, but I don't know if that's the reason why I'm not getting any likes or views on any the people that have watched them, the widescreen ones, that is. So anyway, not sure where I'm gonna go next. I might go up the monastery for a bit, maybe. I'll be with you in an instant. Okay, well, I'm not quite at St Bede's yet. It's just over there. St Paul's is, anyway. St Bede's is technically behind it. I've just discovered this thing here. There's like this metal fence with big holes, perfectly square holes in the ground. I've just read one of the signs. It says something about that excavating, if I can say it right, archaeology digging stuff. It says it's called Funding and Partners. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm half dead here. It's sponsored by the National Lottery Heritage, apparently. They're trying to dig up ancient artifacts, which must be under this field. I don't know why they thought this particular section of the field would be the best place to dig. But this is where they've started, in the middle of this field. Just a few feet away from St Paul's Church. Excuse me, I got a bit of a bad cough. I've hardly had any sleep, for one thing. Anyway, it says Jam, Aims and Objectives over here. Once again, I can't really be asked to read it. I'm too tired. I just don't feel like reading it. Not on camera. Well, I don't know. I kind of concentrate probably at the minute. But it's basically, I'll show you it. Hang on. This is the sign here. And it's not flat either. It's it's all buckled, look. Makes it a bit more difficult to read. Sort of. And this guy here, when I saw him, I thought, is that Peter Davison that used to play Doctor Who? He's not excavating ancient artifacts down here, is he? This is made of like a canvasy thing with holes in. It's weird. It's quite a nice texture, actually. Someone could steal that and put it on their bedroom wall, couldn't they, this thing? It's obviously made to combat all weather conditions, so it doesn't fall to bits like paper or something, or cardboard. So I've always wondered what might be, well, I've always wondered what used to be in this field. I believe there used to be a massive building here. I looked it up online a while ago. I think there was like a massive, I know, well, it was a hospital or some other sort of building. But I believe it was right here where they're excavating, in this field somewhere. So look, they've got a square, deep hole here. And it looks like they found some stuff already. There's some rusty objects in that box near the corner there. And there's some more, almost looks like bits of skulls or something in that white box. But I'm not sure. I kind of get a closer look. Hang on. Try and zoom in. Try and get a higher viewpoint a bit. Right near the edge here on the left. It almost looks like part of a skull, but it's probably not. They might be digging up dead bodies and all sorts. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So they've got some piles of muck. They've obviously, all the muck they've took out the holes. There's some more holes over here. It says danger, deep excavations. So, I mean, this whole field might be worth doing a nighttime investigation, walking around on the field. I don't know. I was here a few nights ago doing an investigation up by the hole again, but I haven't put that video together yet. Look, I've done perfectly straight, oblong digs that have dug a perfect rectangle shape in the ground. How did they get it that perfect? And a few more little holes over there, square holes. Yeah. So I don't know why these fences are on wheels. Maybe they're going to move it to different parts of the field and dig the whole bloody place up. I don't know. So, I don't know. And who's that? It looks like Margaret Thatcher. Is that Margaret Thatcher? Don't think it is. Hello, I'm Margaret Thatcher. Dame Rosemary Cramp. That's an unfortunate name. She looks a bit like Margaret Thatcher though, do you not think, when she was younger? Have they not put the wrong picture up? I think they've put Margaret Thatcher up by mistake. I don't know. So there's a whole lot of digging being going on. I'm sure there's going to be a hell of a lot more digging soon. They'll probably do it in the mornings or something, I don't know. Because there's nobody here digging at the minute. There's a guy standing over there in the corner. Maybe he's waiting for the rest of the digging crew to turn up, I don't know. Maybe they're going to do something in a minute, I don't know. He looks familiar, this guy with the glasses on. Maybe like one of my dad's friends or something, but I don't think it is him. Or maybe it was someone I saw on the TV, I don't know. I don't really watch the TV anymore. Haven't for quite some time, but I will be watching Big Brother, but not on the TV. I'll be watching it online on catch-up. On me projector. As I get my finger in the screen yet again. Marvellous. Let's have a look around this side. It's just got... Actually, there's a different picture on each one of these things here. They're all old pictures. Quite good prints, actually, to be honest with you. And there's a barcode. I mean, not a barcode, a QR code. I can never scan them things on my phone. Never works. Not sure why. But, yeah. And there's no more. We've seen all these signs now. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 5. My mistake, there's 5 of these pictures with the writing on in the old pictures. Photographs. So you can see how neat they've dug these holes. Look at that. It's not even wonky at all. It's quite an impressive job they did with that. What did they use to dig that? It couldn't have been just a spade, surely. Must have had some sort of a digger or something. You know, like a JCB or something, I don't know. Something. I don't know. By the way, whenever I do videos on the phone like I'm doing now, they very rarely seem to pick up EVPs, you know, just like in the background you hear a voice or something when you're talking or not talking. Doesn't seem to happen. But when you use like different cameras, like some of the body cameras that I use with the night vision, some of them pick them up really well. I did read somewhere the better quality the sound is on your camera or a phone or whatever, it's less likely to pick them EVPs up. But if the sound on the phone or the recorder isn't like amazing, it's got more chance of picking up EVP because there's more white noise on it because the quality isn't like great, you know. Anyway, I think I am going to head off to St Bede's now. But I didn't expect to find this thing here, this dug up field with the fences around it. The archaeology dig thing, whatever you call it, you know. So we'll go in there for a bit before the lighting totally goes. Because it's going to, I don't know what time it gets dark these days. Is it between 7 and 8 or is it between 6 and 7? I can't remember. Anyway, so we'll head over there. Yeah, we'll head over there. There's the St Paul's Church right there. That's the place where I got accosted one night. And I had avoided coming down here for that very reason for the longest time in the dark, to do any investigating or making a video in night vision. And then as soon as I decide to go there, I get accosted by some bloke accusing us of recording him, and then he wanted us to delete the footage. And I said I can't delete the footage. And I says I also don't need to because I'm in public. And he was almost getting violent, and he held us hostage for half an hour, trying to get us to delete the bloody footage. What a nightmare. Okay, so I just had a bit of excitement there since I last spoke to you on here. I bumped into this guy just after I was looking at the holes in the ground behind the metal fences, the excavation things for the archaeology dig. He was standing outside St Paul's church outside the gate, talking to him for a bit about some ghost stuff and that. And then his daughter turned up. I didn't know it was his daughter at the time, but you had about it's been between 8 and 10 dogs, taking them for a walk. And I'm not joking, loads of dogs. Most of them were pugs. One of them was like a gingery reddish type dog, different type. And then she started speaking to us when I was walking around towards the monastery here, because I spoke to our dad about the ghost stuff, and I'd recorded voices, you know, from my videos and that. She was asking us what sort of voices you've been picking up, what they've been saying and stuff. And I was telling her a bit about the attachments, things I've got going on with the pain and everything. And she was talking to her about that. And then all of a sudden, one of her dogs was trying to hump one of the other dogs, one of the pugs. And she's like telling it off and stuff. And then all hell broke loose. The reddish coloured dog was attacking the dog that was trying to have it off with the other dog. And all of a sudden there was this massive fight, and all the other dogs got involved, or some of them. I thought, oh my God, what's going to happen here? I thought she was going to end up bleeding. And I'd have to call an ambulance or something. You know what I mean? Like, he was attacking it, like snarling, and all hell, pandemonium broke loose. Anyway, so she had to go because she had to pick the dog up that the other dog was trying to have it off with. In fact, he wasn't trying, he was doing it. But I says, you shouldn't be doing that next to the church of all places. You can't be doing that here, you know what I mean? Anyway, so she was talking to us about the attachment thing, and she's religious herself. She says you got to use the name of Jesus and all this, and she's saying some things to try and help us. So anyway, that happened. Didn't expect that. But the dogs fighting, it was literally a few feet away from me. I could have got involved in that dog fight as well. You know, I was getting a bit concerned there. I was getting concerned for the woman, and I thought I might get embroiled in it, you know what I mean? Biting me legs or something. They're going at it like hell for leather with each other, trying to bite each other, rip each other apart, you know what I'm saying? It got quite violent. I'm not kidding you, it got quite violent there with the dogs. Anyway, I could do with a nice cup of herbal tea now, but I haven't got any with us, and I haven't got my kettle either, so I don't think that's going to be happening. So anyway, I'm just sitting here on some parts of the ruins here. It's St Bede's Monastery. But I think I'm going to wrap this little video up now. I think I've shot for longer than I intended. Because the light's starting to go a little bit. And I haven't got my night vision with us. Well, I have got some night vision, but it's on my other phone. I don't really like using that one, to be honest. It doesn't have a wide angle lens. It's got night vision, but it doesn't have a wide angle lens. To me, that's not great. You know what I mean? I've got some wide angle lenses I can put over the lens to make it wide angle, but those are a pain in the arse because it's hard to fit them on without getting light refraction anomalies on the screen and all sorts. And you have to get them just fitted just right. If they move a little bit to one side, you get this black circle appearing and black over one part of the lens. It's a nightmare, you know what I mean? Anyway, so if you've enjoyed any of this video here today, this evening, could you please be so kind and give us a little like if you enjoyed any of it. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see some more videos from me at some point in the future. And, well, you could share this video if you want. Feel free if you want. Might help the algorithms, because I think my channel's starting to plummet to some extent. But if it does, it does. Not much I can do really with my current situation and all that. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. I'm going to head off home soon, I think, after I've had a bit more of a sit down. So I'll catch you all on the next one. So until then, it's bye from me. See you later. It's around now.